Here's a fun idea. The notion that Jesus is God and the whole concept of the Trinity were actually a test by a jealous God, Yahweh. And Christians failed miserably. I mean, they really have no excuse for screwing up so badly. Throughout the whole Bible, the God of Israel is telling you that there is no other God. There is only Him, and no one is like Him. And by Him, He means Yahweh specifically. No other God, just Yahweh. And the thing He hates the most is anyone worshiping another God or idol. He has a zero tolerance policy on this. He is a jealous God, and He has annihilated entire civilizations because of it. He doesn't even want you to cast Him in any form at all. He doesn't have a form. He doesn't want any figure made of Him in the likeness of a male or female or anything. He is the formless creator, and you shall worship nothing else. He is completely obsessed about this and has no issue with completely destroying your life and killing you over it. Even a prophet who can perform miracles and predict the future, if they bring up any other God, they must be put to death for treason. And He even tells you that He will have them do this just to test you. Even if it's your own family, you shall surely kill them and be the first to throw a stone at them, and then go from town to town and utterly destroy everything in them if someone just dares to suggest to serve another God. So with that in mind, why would you risk worshiping anyone but this guy, Mr. Yahweh? Nowhere in the Bible does it say you must worship Jesus as God to be saved or to be a Christian. So why risk it? Paul tells you that you just need to confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, and you will be saved. Lord here is master or sir. Paul never calls Jesus God or Theos. That is reserved for only the Father. Paul is very clear about this. There is only one God, and it's not Jesus. Jesus is a man, or Christ, not Theos. Christ is the anointed one, the Messiah, and God doesn't need to anoint Himself, nor was He ever supposed to be the Messiah. And gods aren't begotten or become much superior. They aren't firstborn or born at all, nor do angels need to be told to worship them. A God isn't made perfect, God is perfect. It's a man that becomes the source of eternal salvation for all who obey Him. And what did Jesus say? The true worshipers will worship the Father, and God is spirit. In other words, not me. But Jesus warned people about the false prophets that will come to lead people astray, to test them, that they will appear and produce great signs and wonders. But don't fall for it. They might say stuff like, the time is near, or the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of God is at hand. Wasn't that the first thing that Jesus ever told the people? And 2,000 years later, the time still is not fulfilled, or the kingdom of God is not at hand? Oops. So technically, God told them that if a prophet speaks in the name of the Lord, but the thing does not take place or prove true, that prophet shall die. Definitely don't worship that one as a god. So given all this, God was very confident that everyone would pass this test easily. I mean, no one that actually read the Bible could possibly fail this test. I mean, the Trinity doesn't even make sense. Like 3 equals 1? I mean, how can anyone even pretend to believe nonsense? Like the number 5 smells itchy. Yep, I believe that. So around the 3rd or 4th century, God floated this concept that Jesus was God. And the Jewish people and the Muslims to come, they aced this test. They passed with flying colors. But the Christians, they swan dived into idolatry. So quick and so hard, it was rather shocking. I mean, they really couldn't have read the Bible. They just went in and took the test blind. Like, they were the ones that were making the golden calf as Moses was bringing down the 10 Commandments that says don't worship any other God. They built a golden lamb. They went all in. They worshiped Jesus for everything. They hardly, if ever, give Yahweh any kind of lip service. Everything is Jesus, 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 Jesus. They even made it a requirement for their religion to commit idolatry and worship Jesus, even though it doesn't say that at all in the Bible. Perhaps it's because they don't want to be the only ones in hell, because I don't think this is going to turn out well for them. To get everything so wrong and be so proud about it, it's kind of impressive, I guess, you know. Good luck, I guess.